This cannot be ignored. Warriors star Jonathan Kuminga re-injured his ankle tonight. Just as the Warriors are cooking again, Steph Curry's dialed in, and Brandin Podziemski is breaking personal records. I'm going to break down everything that happened in tonight's win against San Antonio and the latest update on what's going on with Jonathan Kuminga. But first, I'm going to need you to hit subscribe. Hi, I'm Arthur Ballesteros. This is a Warriors Digest, and less than 30% of you who watch these videos on a regular basis are subscribed. Just join the community. We're over 10,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who watches these videos on a regular basis. Just hit subscribe. It helps us out a lot, and we have a lot to go over tonight. My God, Warriors get an incredible win, 148-106 over the Spurs. We're going to get into that Jonathan Kuminga injury update. I've got some important updates for you you're going to want to stick around for. But first, let's celebrate all the good and all that is right in Warriors world as your favorite starting lineup finally got off to a hot start. The lineup everybody loves to hate on because it's so small actually got off to an incredible first quarter. They were so hot tonight. And guess what? This lineup, as much as people love to hate on them, it's actually now 11-0 with Steph, Brandin Podziemski, Jimmy Butler, Moses Moody at the 4, which is wild, but that's a story for another day, and Dre at the 5. The lineup finally did their job. Take a look at this here. 44 points in the first quarter. They were just on fire, going crazy, fast break, transition. Jimmy Butler getting active early. I know I was really critical of him in the last game because he completely disappeared in the first half. People were, kind of giving me hate for hating on him, but he disappeared in the first half against New Orleans, which led to that early deficit. This time, he decided to show up. He was super active. He actually scored the first points of the game on an easy transition dunk. He was getting steals. He was just moving so quickly, efficiently. It was great to see him getting active. They all came out on fire and on a mission here. And the Warriors did all of this scoring in the first quarter without Steph. He didn't even take a shot until like 7 minutes in. He hit his first shot. He had a decent night tonight, but they didn't even really need him contributing because Brandin Podziemski, Moses Moody, just everybody was on fire. And just look at this. They were the defense on fire too, holding the Spurs to 17 points in the second quarter. It was just an incredible showing. So happy to finally see this. There was a little bit of a sting with the Jonathan Kuminga injury, but we're going to get to that. But first, let's take a look. Let's break down this box score here. And I'm going to need to make this bigger because I cannot see. There we go. That looks great. But yet, look at this. None of the starters even had to play 30 minutes because they were just so efficient there. Look at that. Moses Moody going 7 of 11 on his field goals, breaking out of that slump he had been in. He had gone like 6 for 32 on over his last 6 games on threes. He was under 18% shooting on threes there. Finally breaks out of that slump. He went 3 of 6 on threes. Just great to see. Brandin Podziemski broke a personal record, hitting 7 of 9 from deep. He was just incredible the whole night. Just such an efficient game. And look at this. Team turnovers, only 12. They were just taking care of the ball. Just such great efficient basketball that you were seeing all night. Jimmy Butler, 4 of 4 on his free throws, which was good to see. He's been having a little bit of difficulty with his free throws recently, but that was great to see. Just an overall incredible team win. And the best part was when you got to see guys come off the bench who only play in a blowout. Last time we saw them play in a blowout, it was not in our favor. This time, finally in our favor. We got to see Kevin Knox get out there for 12 minutes. We got to see Pat Spenser play almost the entire fourth quarter, which was incredible. Quinten Post didn't even have to get out there and play that much. He had kind of a rough night shooting a little bit, only going 1 of 6 on his threes, but still not needed. TJD, Trayce Jackson-Davis, who so many fans have been clamoring to get more minutes. He got some time in garbage time, but he showed why he's so valuable to the team and why so many fans really want to see more of him, because he was able to score and finish at the rim. He was getting some lobs. He was just dunking the ball, everything that we expect to see from him and his athleticism. It was just super cool to see, just everybody contributing here. And there was just so much to love about tonight's game. Incredible win. And then look at this. Over their last 7 games versus tonight, look at the difference here. 148 points tonight. Over the last 7, they'd only been scoring 105. The field goal percentage, almost 60% tonight, up 25%. And then the three-point shooting, which has been just uncharacteristically low for the Warriors, only hitting 32% over their last 7 games. Tonight, almost hitting at 47%, nearly hitting half of their threes. Exactly what we needed to see from the Warriors. Just overall incredible game. This is crazy. They broke several season highs tonight. A season high in points with 148, season high in assists with 42 assists, 17 steals, which is another season high, and 34 fast break points, another season high. The Warriors haven't scored this much in a game since 2022. Amazing. Just amazing. And the last time they played the Spurs, they blew a 17-point lead. They ended up losing 104-94. That was back in November. Ugly game. The Warriors are going to see the Spurs again on April 9th, one of the last games of the season. So, yes, this is a depleted team in the Spurs. No Wemby, no De'Aaron Fox out there. So you take it all with a grain of salt, but this is exactly what we needed. This is what they needed to do tonight, and they did it. And I'm just happy, excited, relieved. But there is a huge but here. Big problem. Jonathan Kuminga, after last night's game, or the game before against New Orleans, finally showing some life, some energy, showing that he's willing to do the little things like crash the boards, play defense. He scored efficiently against the Pelicans. Tonight we're hoping to see a little bit more of that, showing that he's rounding into playoff form. But unfortunately, gets injured. This is what happened in the second quarter here. Watch this as he goes to the lane. Oh, falls on the tailbone, gets injured. Now, at the time, we're looking at that injury, and it looks very similar to Steph Curry's injury, where he hurt his tailbone falling. But actually, the update was he re-injured his right ankle. The same right ankle that held him out for 31 games this season. Only been back for a handful of games, re-injured again. Now, I've seen a couple of different reports here. One saying that he was taken out with ankle soreness. Another one saying that it was a sprained ankle. This is an evolving story here right now as I'm recording this, but it looks like he's going to be reevaluated tomorrow, and we're going to see the extent of the injury there, but potentially devastating news here. Now, whether you like him or not, whether you feel like he's a fit in this lineup or not, whether you feel like he's going to turn it on when it comes to the playoffs, it doesn't matter. The Warriors are a better team when they at least have Kaminga at their disposal. Maybe he's not starting, but he is a valuable piece coming off the bench, especially when he's doing things like we saw in the game against New Orleans. So we're going to take this day by day. We're not going to overreact. We're not going to get too excited. I know I'm often accused of being very negative about things like this, often accused of overreacting. I've explained this before. I'm just worried and very nervous about this season because I truly feel like this may be Steph Curry's last chance at a championship. And the margin of error is just so small. So losing a guy like Kaminga at this point in the season here with the playoffs just around the corner, not good. Whether you like him or not, whether you feel like he has a good basketball IQ or not, this is not good for the Warriors. So hopefully this is just day-to-day. He can get back on the court, but we'll see here. Lots of questions. Again, the Warriors just can't get out of their own way with the injury bug here. So I'm still nervous, but you tell me, do you think that Kaminga is going to be out for an extended period of time? Do you think that the Warriors are going to be worse if they don't have him? Or do you think that they're going to be better? Because I know a lot of people have been saying the Warriors are better without Kaminga. Right now, in this current incarnation of them with Jimmy Butler, they're just firing on all cylinders. And it just so happened that when Jonathan Kuminga came back, the Warriors started to dip a little bit. That's not my perspective per se. I don't think that this is Kaminga's fault. I put more of that slide on a little bit of Steve Kerr and a little bit of the fact that the Warriors just couldn't get started early in the game and they couldn't shoot the ball. I don't put the blame on Kaminga. But you tell me what you think down in the comments there, because, I mean, all of this is, it's getting all down to the end of the wire here. I mean, these are the standings as it stands right now. And we did get some help from the Clippers, who lost earlier. So before the game, the Warriors went from 7th into the 6th spot. The Clippers actually dropped all the way down to 8th there with their loss. So now the Warriors, just a game back of Memphis, who they're going to play on Tuesday, which makes this matchup even more important as the Warriors try to climb up there into the 5th spot, which the Grizzlies currently hold. The Grizzlies now have lost 2 in a row. They're kind of in a tailspin after firing their coach just a couple of days ago. So they're vulnerable. The Warriors have a great opportunity to capitalize on this, move up, but just great to see. Great to see the Clippers lose. Great to see Memphis in turmoil. These are the things that we need help with, and there's just no margin of error right now as we look at this whole situation. Now, the Warriors currently in 6th, which means that they will avoid a play-in should it come down to that if they hold this spot. This was interesting, though, that I saw. This was from Basketball Reference. This is the probability for the Warriors in their seeding as it stands here. 30% chance of the 7th seed, which means they would have to do the play-in game. So we don't want that. But this is just really weird to see that, they're in the 6th seed currently. But according to Basketball Reference, they only have a 17% chance to end the season in the 6th. It's weird. They're only a game out of the 5th spot with the Grizzlies in free fall, but Basketball Reference says they only have a 10% chance. So I don't know. You tell me where you think the Warriors are going to end up seeding-wise before this is all over. We've only got 8 games left in the season, coming down to the wire. What is going to happen? I can't wait to see. I mean, this is the most excited that I've been for a Warriors team. I mean, since their last championship in 2022. I mean, this is just very exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking, and I'm a little concerned with Kaminga here, but we'll see. You tell me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as soon as I get some info on the Jonathan Kuminga injury, we will update you. As of right now, no word coming out. We'll probably know something by tomorrow afternoon. And I'll be back with another video, and hopefully praying this is going to be good news. Until then, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.